Last period we had seen the adjustment related to outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, outstanding income, income received in advance, and depreciation. Okay, so I will show that. Okay, so we studied some adjustments. So how to, so you have to write trading and profit and loss account. Trading and profit and loss account. Loss account, sorry. For the year ending 31st March 2010. So I am writing some items, adjustment. Closing stock, you know that. Suppose if any outstanding salary and wages are there, to wages 10,000, outstanding wages, add outstanding wages 1,000, 12,000. So I'm not writing all the item, only one adjustment, only one expenses only I'm taking to wages. That is come trading account. Next, prepaid insurance. 2, it is profit and loss account only. I think that is a trading account. Insurance 2,000 less prepaid insurance. Prepaid insurance. Suppose 500. Okay, all adjustment I will write one item. Insurance less prepaid insurance. Next, accrued interest. Interest accrued, interest on investment, accrued income, outstanding income. So by interest on investment, otherwise interest received. Interest on investment, suppose 8,000. Add outstanding or accrued interest. Accrued this year we have to get, but still we didn't receive. Accrued interest 2,000. Okay, accrued income. Next, commission received in advance. Commission received in advance by commission received. So first item, every amount will come in the trial balance. Commission received 1,000 less commission received in advance. Commission received in advance. Suppose if it is 200. Okay, so I taught this is outstanding expenses. This is prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. This is outstanding or accrued. This is accrued also. Accrued income. This is income received in advance. Unearned income. Income received in advance. Next, one more depreciation. So to depreciation on furniture. Suppose furniture value is 50,000. It is the trial balance. So it is calculated on the base of asset. 50,000 into adjustment, they will give percentage, which is 10%. Okay, so these are the adjustment I taught. Okay, outstanding expense, with the expense we have to add prepaid expense, with expenses we have to deduct, from expenses we have to deduct. Then credit side, outstanding or accrued income. So with the income you have to add, with the income you have to add, then income received in advance, with from income you have to minus. So you look at that, this one and this one same, but different side, same only, less. Income received in advance, next year income we received this year, less. Expense paid in advance, next year expense we paid, minus. And this one and this one same, add only. Outstanding expense, this is outstanding income, both add only, but different side. Okay, different side. So you look at that, this credit, that it will come in the liability side, this debit it will come in the credit side, accrued income that will come. It is different. Okay, accrued income, asset, income received in advance, liability, outstanding expense, liability, prepaid expense, asset. Okay, depreciation you have to deduct from furniture, that I will show. So first you have to write this one. Atul, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Shubham, any doubts? Shubham. Okay, now balance sheet. Balance sheet, how it will come? Balance sheet as on 31st March 2010, suppose. Okay, balance sheet as on 31st March 2010. So you look at first outstanding expenses. Outstanding expense is liability. Outstanding expense is liability. Outstanding expense is liability. So outstanding wages, liability. Outstanding wages, amount of 1,000. Then prepaid expense asset. Prepaid expense asset. Okay, 500. That is 1,000. 1,000. Then prepaid expenses, everything current only. So first we can write prepaid insurance. Prepaid insurance 500. Prepaid insurance. Outstanding wages 1,000. Prepaid insurance asset. Adjustment have to effect. Only adjustment have to effect. Next, depreciation we will write. Then now last we will write because it is related to fixed assets. Next, accrued income. So accrued interest. We have to still we didn't receive. This is current year income. Still we didn't receive. That is asset. Asset. Accrued interest. Accrued interest. Accrued interest. Amount. Accrued interest amount 2,000. 2,000. Okay, it is income. It is asset, accrued interest. Okay, accrued interest. Outstanding expense, liability. Outstanding income, asset. Okay. Next, commission received in advance. Commission received in advance, it is a liability. Okay. Commission received in advance. Commission received in advance. Commission received in advance, liability. Commission received in advance, liability. Then depreciation, that is related to furniture. So furniture, trial balance value 50,000 less profit and loss account we wrote depreciation 10%. 10% depreciation, so 5,000. So outer column 45,000. Okay, only the assets, whenever any depreciation is there, revalued figure, the revalued figure only we will write in the asset side. You look at outstanding expenses, liability, outstanding income, asset. Prepaid expense, asset, income received in advance, liability. Okay, from this adjustment, now we studied a lot of adjustment. So from this current assets, adjustment item, prepaid insurance, accrued interest, outstanding income, closing stock. Okay, closing stock. I forgot that. You already, you know that closing stock. That's why I didn't write. Okay, by closing stock. By closing stock, already you know. That's why I'm not writing. Okay, by closing stock. Till now, this much only I taught adjustments. Closing stock, accrued interest, prepaid insurance, outstanding wages, commission received in advance. Okay, any doubt related to that? How many adjustment we studied? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adjustment. It is over. Half over. Any doubts? Anyone? Karthik, any doubts?
No, sir.
Anjo?
No, sir.
Okay. Next time, okay, 4:43. Now, May. So without this adjustment, no problem. Which one? Further bad debt, provision for bad and doubtful debtor, provision for discount on debtor. It is linked, everything is linked. Okay, and provision for discount on creditors, managers commission, interest on capital, interest on drawings, then over. Okay, so after 3 adjustment we can start. Further bad debt. So what do you mean by further bad debt? So bad debt means any irrecoverable portion of sundry debtors is termed as bad debt. Any irrecoverable portion of sundry debtor. So whenever we sold goods on credit to any person, it is sure that we won't get that amount from the customer. It is sure, 100% sure, that is bad debt. Okay, so bad debt is given in the trial balance. Suppose if the bad debt is given in the trial balance means it has already adjusted against the debtors. Against debtors, we already adjusted that bad debt. From debtor, we already adjusted. But after the preparation of trial balance, if we found any bad debt, that is further bad debt. Clear? Further bad debt. Suppose if it is given in the trial balance, we did one question, one or two questions we did. In the trial balance, bad debt is given. So profit and loss account debit side. Okay, but after preparing the trial balance, we found some more bad debt is there. So we won't get amount from that person's. So if it is there, what is the adjustment? So first it is shown in the profit and loss account debit side by way of addition to bad debt. Means our bad debt will increase. Our bad debt will increase. Then it should be deducted from sundry debtor. So sundry debtor means amount receivable from debtor. So if any bad debt is there, we won't get. Suppose 1 lakh amount we have to get from customer. Out of that, 1 lakh amount we have to get from customer. We have the right to get amount from customer. But if any bad debt is there, suppose 1 lakh I said no. Suppose any 10,000 bad debt is there, then our debtor will be how much amount only? 90,000. Clear? So it will be deducted from sundry debtors on the asset side of the balance sheet. I will show that. So how to write? So bad debt means, already I said, bad debt to profit and loss account only. It is given in the trial balance. Bad debt. Okay. So adjustment, any bad debt it is given, that is further bad debt. Okay, that is further bad debt. So what we will do, to bad debt already given in the trial balance 2,000. If any bad debt is there in the adjustment, after preparing the trial balance, we found that some more bad debt is there, that we have to add. With it bad debt. Further bad debt. Further bad debt. So means our bad debt amount will increase. Okay. If any further bad debt is there, first what we will do, add further bad debt. No need to do that. Before that we did in the format. No, it is different. So in that provision for discount on debtor, provision for doubtful debt also will come. So you have to understand first one. Only this you understand. If any further bad debt is there, first you have to add with the further bad debt. Next, it will come balance sheet. Balance sheet asset side, we are writing no sundry debtor from trial balance. Sundry debtor, suppose 50,000 is the sundry debtor. From that, if any bad debt is there, then our debtor amount will decrease because we won't get amount. So how much only? Less further bad debt. So further bad debt. It is 100% sure that we won't get that amount. So how much we wrote further bad debt? Further bad debt we wrote 1,000. So 1,000. So that 1,000 only, because already I said bad debt already given in the trial balance means it has already adjusted from debtor. So now we have to adjust further bad debt. Okay. Thing is that if any further bad debt is there, first further bad debt is there, first we have to add with the bad debt. Suppose in the question bad debt it is not given means, then directly you can write further bad debt 1,000. Clear? If a bad debt is not given in the trial balance means directly further bad debt 1,000 you can write. Then from debtor you have to minus 1,000. Okay, to bad debt add further bad debt, then from debtor you have to minus. Clear? Further bad debt means any irrecoverable portion of sundry debtor. It is 100% sure that we won't get amount from the customer. Means after preparing the trial balance, we found some more bad debt. That is further bad debt. So our bad debt will increase. That's why to bad debt, add further bad debt. Then if any further bad debt is there, our debtor, so we have to get 50,000. Out of that, 1,000 is sure that we won't get it. So then our debtor will be 49,000. 50,000 it is given the trial balance 50,000, but balance sheet we will write only 49,000 because there is a further bad debt. Okay, clear? Any doubts related to further bad debt? Aparna?
No, sir.
After one more adjustment, we can start the problem because every question in that further bad debt, discount on debtor, provision for doubtful debt, it is given. So that's why. So if I complete all the adjustment, then it will be easy. We can solve all the problem. So just I look at if any other problem, extra problem is there, I will send. Next, provision for bad and doubtful debts. Provision for bad and doubtful debts. Provision for bad and doubtful debts. Okay, only the last, and I will stop. So what do you mean by provision for doubtful debt? So bad debt means it is sure that this 100% sure that we won't get the amount. But here means provision for bad and doubtful means, so we are thinking that the payment may or may not be received. Doubt we have. Some debtors we have doubt. Bad debt means it is sure that we won't get the amount. That is 100% sure. Fully bad debt only. But here means provision for bad and doubtful debt means that we have some doubt. Payment may or may not be received. Okay. So what we will do? Same like bad debt, we will what we will do? We will take some amount from profit. So we can take provision. We'll take provision. Means we are taking some amount from profit for meeting these losses. If such loss comes, we can take this amount. Also, reserve we are keeping from profit and loss account only. From profit and loss account only. Okay. So if bad debt also, further bad debt also means what we are doing. So we are taking some amount from profit for write off such expenses. Okay. So a provision is created, otherwise no. If example, if you show more profit means that full amount we have to distribute to the shareholders. So before distributing, we will take some reserve. Then after that only we will distribute. Otherwise, our existence, it will affect our existence. Okay. So a provision is created to cover any possible loss on account of bad debt likely to occur in future. Okay. Such provision is created at a fixed percentage on debtor. On which basis we have to calculate? We know that depreciation is calculated on the base of asset. Same here means, likewise here means how to calculate provision for doubtful debt on the basis of sundry debtor. On the basis of sundry debtor. Sundry debtor into percentage. Sundry debtor into percentage. Okay. A provision is created to cover any loss on account of bad debt likely occur in future. Okay. So how to calculate the amount? On the basis of how to calculate? So they will give the percentage adjustment. They will give provision for doubtful debt 5%, provision for doubtful debt 10%. On which basis we have to calculate? On the basis of sundry debtor. Sundry debtor. On the basis of sundry debtor. Sundry debtor into percentage. Sundry debtor into percentage. Okay. So this also same like which one? Bad debt only. So means further bad debt only. How to calculate? I will show. If it is the same question means add First, we have to add with the further bad debt. New provision. It is adjustment, no? New provision. Provision for doubtful debt. Bad and doubtful debt. You can write provision for bad and doubtful debt. Provision for bad and doubtful debt. Okay. Already I said it is calculated on the base of sundry debtor. Suppose sundry debtor, I said in the trial balance it is given 50,000. 50,000. 50,000 it is given. So if adjustment percentage it is given 5%. Provision for doubtful debtor 5%. Okay. So 2,500. So you have to bad debt, add for new provision, add new provision, add new provision. Okay, 3,000, 5,500. Okay, new provision add with bad debt. So how to calculate? Sorry, one thing I have to teach that how to calculate percentage means on the basis of good debtor. On the basis of good debtor. Good debtor means sundry debtor minus if any further bad debt is there, minus if any further bad debt is there, you have to minus, then into percentage. Clear? Suppose if sundry debtor it is given, if adjustment further bad debt is there, further bad debt is there, that we have to minus, that we have to minus means 50,000 minus 1,000 adjustment 49,000. So here 49,000 into 5%, 2,450, 5,450. Okay. Thing is that one thing I have to remember. First I did mistake. Here, how to calculate new provision for doubtful debtor on the basis of debtor, on the basis of debtor, on the basis of debtor. Debtor means good debt, good debt, good debt. Good debt means from sundry debtor. From sundry debtor, we have to minus. If any further adjustment is, further bad debt is there. Suppose in this question, no further bad debt is there, then it is correct. In this question, no further bad debt is there, then 50,000. If any further bad debt is there, from 50,000 we have to minus that into percentage. Then same like further bad debt, further bad debt less new provision for doubtful debt, new provision for bad and doubtful debt, 2,450. Okay. So from sundry debtor we have to minus, further bad debt, then new provision for doubtful debt. I know that you have doubt related to how to calculate provision for doubtful debtor. So one thing you have to remember, if in the adjustment bad debt means further bad debt is there from debtor, we know that how to calculate provision on the basis of sundry debtor. So from sundry debtor, further bad debt we have to minus. Suppose if further bad debt is not in the adjustment note there means 50,000 into 5%. Okay. Okay, next period I will teach.